Hello everybody, how you doing? And as you all already know, FTX is on the verge of insolvency or is already insolvent, but there is a lot of talk about FTX, so we're gonna do a quick video to figure out whether this is bad or not. And the chart don't look that bad, guys. I gotta tell you right now, the charts don't look that bad. So I have this, theory that this is only FUD to push the price down so they can load up, buy the fear, buy the blood, and pump the price later after that. Whether this is real or not, whether this is not just FUD and it's actually happening and FTX is going under, is going to go bankrupt or whatever, I don't know, guys. I don't know. So we are not here very much to speculate on, whether the news are FUD or not, whether the news are real or not, whether the FTX is really in such a bad position that it's the price is just going to continue dropping towards downside or not. What I'm here to tell you is show you what we have on the charts. I'm here to show you some important levels. I'm here to show you when it's actually going to get bad. If it gets bad, at what point does the chart get bad? And I'm also going to show you right now that the chart is not actually that bad. The charts actually look very good. And here on this channel, we got this saying that goes, do not trust the news, or do not read the news, read the charts, because charts are telling us everything we need to know, right? So when charts become bad, we know stuff is bad. When charts become good, we know stuff is good. When charts look promising, we know that something good is happening, so forth, so forth. So whether this is actually true or not when it comes to FTX or not, I do not know. You decide that for yourself. But from what I've just read right now, CZ from Binance said that he's going to offload his position, or their position, from FTX, FTT token, but they're going to do it over the next couple of months. So the way I see it, there will be a lot of selling pressure next couple of months if that actually happens. And it depends on who's going to buy all of these coins that they are going to sell off. But they're going to do, they cannot just go to to any kind of exchange and press sell button and sell everything instantly. They got to do a couple of months because they have so much money in these coins, right? And then it comes out. And then it comes, the question of how much liquidity there's on exchange and so forth, and how long time they're going to use it. But he said, it's going to take a couple of months at least to, offload the FTT token. So the way I see it, there might be, in the coming months, there might be, selling pressure on downside, but, it might also be FUD because, just because they're insolvent right now doesn't mean that they're going to be solvent tomorrow. They can make some kind of deals, they can, do some other stuff, and suddenly, all looks good and dandy, right? The one thing I know about FTX is that FTX, just before Elon tried to acquire Twitter, FTX offered Elon 15 billion to join him in his Twitter acquisition. So a company that's insolvent, that has problems, big money problems and stuff like that, it kind of sounds a little bit sketchy that they would do stuff like that, right? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's look at the chart and see what the chart is telling us right now. What we have on the chart right now is what we call a falling wedge down here. This is a falling wedge up here. These are very bullish patterns right now. Not only do we have a falling wedge, but we are right now at some kind of bottom of that falling wedge. You can see here that we actually broke that bottom, but we broke not just this is a weekly chart. We didn't break it right now. We broke previously down here, over here, and then we broke again towards downside down here, and right now we are breaking again towards downside. So technically this should be bad, but it's kind of not, because it is still a falling wedge, and this kind of stuff do happens oftentimes. You get these pulls towards downside, 2, 3, 4 times, something like that. Then you get a big last move towards downside before you explode towards upside. Now the question is whether this is gonna stay like this. Is gonna be really that bad, or are we gonna be able to recover from, FTX will be able to recover from that? So that's the big question. This is also a bearish engulfing candle here on the chart, and bearish engulfing candles are usually very bearish, saying that something is definitely wrong with the chart. But we already know that a reason for that, and that's the FUD that right now is spreading all over Twitter right now. The thing that I would say is gonna make this chart look very bad is if we fall out of the falling wedge on the downside, but then you gotta fall another like 50% on the downside down here, sorry, another 30% towards downside, and then the chart becomes bad. Then we know that this move towards downside in this falling wedge over here is actually very bad, because when charts falls out to the falling wedges on the weekly time frame, out of the falling wedges towards the downside, that indicates that something is terribly wrong with the price, and it did not manage to, you know, consolidate and move towards upside. So this, the way I see it right now, if this continue, you know, dumping towards downside, we are looking at another 20% move towards downside if that actually happens. But I don't think right now, I'm a little bit unsure whether that's going to happen or not. I'm not trying to be bullish or bearish or anything like that. I'm just trying to read the charts and figure out whether this is actually going to drop down or not. So let's zoom in a little bit up here. What you're going to see here with the volume on FTX, with volume on FTX, there is huge volume candle right now happening up here. Huge volume candle, and if you go in the small time frames up here, you'll see right over here that right now we are having a big moves. So somebody knew already something over here, then, you know, public know, and then you get a big volatility up here because, you know, the price, you know, the move towards downside was already happening ever since, you know, 5th of November. So it's been going for a couple of days right now. So, you know, people already knew and stuff like that, and it was pushing down. And right now, you know, the general public knows. So, you know, a lot of selling has been happening. I've seen even on my Telegram channel people posting, you know, sell your FTT tokens and stuff like that right now. So once this is all over, I mean today, tomorrow, I don't know, and everybody that wants to pull out their cash from FTT, sell their tokens, the fear gets them. What happens then? Like, who's gonna sell after that? If everybody sells right now, who's gonna sell, right? So this can definitely continue dumping on the downside over here. This can definitely continue dumping on the downside. Let me go a little bit higher time frame up here. This can definitely continue dumping over downside because, like, you know, CZ from Binance said they're gonna be offloading their big positions over the coming months, but they're not gonna be offloading like this towards downside. It's just not gonna happen. You know, next couple of months we are looking at this daily time frame, so 60 days at least, you know, something like this up here. Next 60-70 days, give or take, up here, you know. So in this area over here, next, you know, to couple of months, they're gonna be offloading. So are we just gonna be you know, offloading all the way down to 20% up and something like this up here and then break towards upside? I don't know, because this can right now really nicely just bounce up towards upside. Not only do we have a falling wedge on the chart, we also got a, you know, bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. So let me show you that up here, and let me pull out the RSI. Now RSI up here, although we do have the bearish engulfing candle, the very tiny bearish divergence up here. Let me see if we got that on the 2-day chart as well. Yeah, we got that on the 2-day chart as well up here. You'll see up here that the price right now, is just barely below it. But, you know, I would bet that when it was down here as well, there was also some kind of divergence up on the chart. So we got it on a 2-day time frame. We got also on the weekly time frame as well. This bullish divergence towards upside. It's not bearish, it's bullish divergence towards upside. So we got a bullish divergence in a falling wedge, and it's really hard to me to say right now that, you know, something is really bad. We know that, you know, there is a lot of FUD. We know that, you know, the price dumped down, but you can see here that it dumped down only down to the support level, right? There is a lot of FUD, but it only dumped down to the support level, and it's still holding that support level. So you know what needs to happen first? Well, first thing first, it needs to start breaking these, you know, these weeks on the downside down here, right? But we already got some kind of divergence already, you know, trying to hold the level. You can see up here, we tried to break up here and then, you know, fell down right now in the last couple of days, right back down again. But I wouldn't say this is very bad. And I even wrote on Twitter, you can check my latest post on Twitter on FTX, that you know, it just might be that this is only FUD to push the price down, because, you know, whether they're insolvent or not, I haven't actually seen any kind of, you know, news that they're actually insolvent and they're going to go bankrupt or something like that, right? They, you know, tomorrow can just come out and just say that we made a deal with the, you know, somebody and something, and everything is fine now, or, you know, your funds are SAFU on the exchange. So that can always come, but don't trust the news, trust the charts. And charts are not bad just yet. I mean, it is a big bad fat drop towards the downside. Yes, it is. But we are already getting some kind of divergence up here and stuff like that. So I'm guessing if this is going to drop below these levels down here, towards the downside, and, you know, start looking bad, it's gonna take a you know, it might take a little bit more while. I think it might take a little bit more while. Let's go to the daily time frame. Right now we have a drop of something like 11% towards downside from start to from open towards the bottom. Right now it's down 6.79%. It went up here all the way towards top and towards downside. You know, there is huge volatility right now on the chart. And if you see it on the 1-hourly time frame, you'll see up here, you know, this volatility. This kind of weeks we get when we have Powell speaking on the interest rates, right? We get this kind of volatility in those times. But I'm still thinking like everybody is such fear right now, and if everybody pulls their money and everybody starts selling, because me and you can sell with one click. CZ needs a couple of months, I get that, but the chart doesn't look that bad. I mean, I'm sorry, I should probably be a little bit more bearish or whatever on the charts when stuff like this comes out. But I'm still gonna give it a couple of more days, see how this actually plays out, see how it might also be a channel, by the way. It might also be a channel, something like this. I don't know where the line was up here, something like this up here, but it might also be a channel if you pull the line up here somewhere, give or take, something like that. It might also be a channel. Doesn't matter how you look at it, whether it's a falling wedge, which is bullish, or a descending channel down here, which is also bullish. We can still go down a little bit more down here to some kind of line up here, and then bounce off of that line down here at 18 bucks or something like that. That can definitely still happen. But I think that the chart doesn't look that bearish yet. It might actually come. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, you know what to do. Subscribe button, hit the like button on the way out. And if you want to see, Bitcoin daily that we do every day, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Central P time on the dollar, you know what channel we do that on. So if you want to see what's happening in Bitcoin, come tomorrow, guys. Come tomorrow and we can check it out. This doesn't look bad, but we're gonna check FTX tomorrow on the live stream as well. But right now, I don't see anything, critically bad. Like, it is a bad move towards the downside, but if this kind of move came down towards the downside without any kind of news, I would say that's bad. But since there is so much FUD and then we get this kind of dump towards the downside, that tells me something is not quite right. I don't know what it is. We're gonna check it out. I might be wrong, but world moves on. Thanks for watching, guys. You know what to do with the links below. See you around. Bye bye.